So, you might know me, you might not. I know a lot of people don't actually know my face or how I look. My name is Pablo. This is BKRY Worldwide. In case for a lot of the people that now keep up with BKRY, I don't think most people were here when I was doing update videos. And I would do these update videos like frequently, like every couple months, and it would basically be like, what's the state that the channel's at, what's to come, stuff like that, like really what's to look forward to. I miss doing that. I feel like it helped me in a lot of ways. So I have a lot of things to address, and we're just gonna get straight into it. My name is Pablo. I also go by Days Before Pablo. A lot of my personal, more personal projects go into that name. You might see music, you might see performances, a lot of like more personal stuff, poetry, stuff in that nature. So, a few things. I run two pages, or I used to run two pages. I run BKRY Worldwide, and I used to have a page before BKRY called Days Before Pablo, where it was basically like an archive of everything to do with me, my life, and what I was doing and stuff like that, which is now archived and public. So that is now like a archived page of mine, and a lot of 2025 and before is on that page. I had about like 5 years of posting on there and stuff like that, since I was 18 going on to, I am now 23. So let's just keep going. Yes, so over the past couple of years, especially the last two, 2024 and 2025, I have really, in my opinion, to some people it might not be that much, but in my opinion, I've really like exploded in terms of where I was, because where I was at first was like very stagnant and not doing much. For those that don't know, I started with clothing, and I'll get to that in a minute. So, yes. Anyway, fast forward to today. So, this is what I have done recently. All of my video works. So, there was a moment where I was manic. I had a lot of stuff going on mentally. And I would have these up and down periods where I would do a lot and then do a little and then just lose my shit. And in one of those moments, I deleted the old BKRY channel. And it was a couple reasons, but some of the main reasons was like just bad business in terms with like some artists and labels botting the videos that was theirs and stuff like that. And then like indecisiveness from myself, like of what to post, when to post, and all that type of stuff. So it really overcomplicated it in a way that made it unfun. And it was the same thing all across the board, like Instagram, and I don't even touch the other social medias, but yes. So, and then I'll get to more along those lines after. But yeah, it was very disheartening at first, and really just trying to like, I guess, figure out a way to make that more fun. And within the last month or so, I was going through it a lot mentally, I deal with a lot of mental issues surrounding the topic of feeling isolated. And I know it's myself. There's periods you might see me outside every day, and then there's periods where you won't see me at all for months. And that's kind of what the last couple months has been. Popping out for a couple events here and there, some curated by me, some curated by friends, but overall, overall, just had to get out of that funk, and I had a talk with a very important person to me, and after expressing how I was feeling and stuff, she told me one thing that stuck out, and she said, life is a game and it's what you make of it. And I've always heard that saying. I've said it a couple times too, but it was something I really needed to hear in that moment, because up until I turned 22 last year in May, I got this feeling that life became much more serious. And before then, I was moving at a pace so quick because I didn't feel like I was gonna make it past that age. I'm not gonna lie. For the longest, I didn't think I'd make it past 21. So it changed my perspective, and it was like, oh damn, I'm here for a minute, and I gotta start living like that. So it made life just very high stakes. Like, I had to set myself up for success. I need to make sure that I'm doing everything by the book, everything good. And although I should be doing that, it shouldn't affect how much fun and joy that I get from what I do. So this is kind of like that new beginning. This is a new beginning. So yes, so starting to try more things that I used to do. I used to do a lot of vlogs. I used to do a lot of like traveling vlogs, videos like this, updates. So really just getting back into that, because even this feels awkward, even though I've done it before. But this, I already feel like I'm having fun with this again. Where I've been, what I've been doing. So over the last couple of years, I have been going at a bucket list. And this bucket list was not really curated by myself in this mindset or in this maturity level, I guess. The bucket list was curated by younger me. Everything that I've done for the last couple of years has been for the younger version of myself, trying to make sure that everything that I wanted to do as a kid, I was able to do. The magazine project in 2023, various events, an award show. Shout out Beam, Jodell Lowry. But when did we pick up No? The last 3 things on that bucket list will be completed this year. And I've talked a lot about it before, but this is my I guess my official breakdown of it. So there's 3 projects that are going to be done this summer before the fall season starts. There's one, Heart of the City. That is a photography project that I'm doing to showcase beauty in each of the Chicago neighborhoods. Overall, a lot of Chicago's neighborhoods, especially on the south and west side, get a bad rap. They're known as all this bad shit happen. For those that don't know, I teach mental health to kids on the south side and the South Shore areas and Burnside and stuff like that. So it sucked to, and I come from these areas as well, so it sucks to always go into these corporate spaces or any business spaces and stuff like that, or even some creative spaces, and have this bad name surround specific neighborhoods just of where they're based at or past histories and stuff. So did I start it last year? I don't know. I think I started it last year, early 2025, maybe late 2024. But yes, showcasing the beauty in each of Chicago's neighborhoods. We have completed damn near almost all of it. We only have probably 4 or 5 more shoot days left, and majority of it's in the north side. After we finish that, there's 3 things that are going to happen from that photography series. There's going to be a photo book that gets published. And I said book, so now I got to shout it out. Published a poetry book. Go get that. That's on you. It's called Days Before by myself, Pablo Chastain. But so photo book published, a I want to do some type of exhibit where I showcase the photos, you know. And then I also want, the last thing I wanted to do is, this is more of a personal thing, but I want to print out a big poster of the map of Chicago, and then I want to cut out pick like one picture from each of the neighborhoods in the shape of that neighborhood, and then make some type of like collage in the shape of Chicago. Yes, so that is Heart of the City. Next project, a little more simple, but not really. The Chicago Creative Cup. So this is the first sporting event that BKRY will ever do. Not sure if it will be annual, maybe, but you know, I have a bad history with annual events, so we'll see how it goes. But it is a soccer creative game, so creatively led, for creators by creatives. We're gonna have a media team, and that will be in collaboration with Touch Earth. That's gonna be amazing. I'm very excited for that one. Definitely gonna be a heavy budget. I've been planning this soccer game literally since 2023. Like, since this has been in my notes since 2023, man. Last one, and this one kind of got a lot of attention, so it's already in the works. Last one, the BKRY Community Fund Project. So about literally on my birthday, I launched a post on Instagram saying, we got $1,000, vote for an option. So we had a grant for a dream project for one artist. We had a cookout idea where we pay local caterers and businesses to feed us and all that. And then the last one was a content day, which kind of has a bad, I should have reframed it or rephrased it, because it was less of a content day, like what's known right now in the scene, and more of like us shooting videos for free for creatives, if that makes sense. Those are the last 3 things on the bucket list. And probably I'm gonna make an announcement. So it hasn't even been 30 days, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna call it. So, this is, you heard it here first. The option that pretty much won, like blew everything outside of the water, was the cookout. So BKRY will be doing an end of the summer cookout. Either, there's 2 locations. I'm not gonna say it right now, but there's 2 locations. It's gonna be at a park, south side, not too south, but you get what I'm saying. So that's gonna be figured out. Now we're gonna try to make it a community event. What do you mean by that? It's already a community event. What I'm trying to do with it is I'm gonna invite community organizers. So if you're seeing this and you want to be involved, text me, whatever. So if you're seeing this and want to be involved, let me know. But I'm gonna reach out to the community, and if any community organizer wants to add in an element to the cookout, I'm down. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, trying to come up with a fake business name on the spot. Let's say so-and-so's community page wants to add in an open mic portion. Bet, let's do it. I can't fund it, but if you can, and then bring the elements to make it work, fuck it, I'm down. Let's do it. Same thing with like a kickball game. If so-and-so and their organization wants to add in a kickball game, let's do it. I'm down for whatever. Like, I'm just in charge of making sure everybody's fed. I'm not gonna lie. So as long as everybody's fed, we good. You know what I mean? So BKRY's $1,000 will go to catering, making sure everybody's fed. And if any other community organizer wants to add in, not to that pot, or I mean, if you want to feed more people, fuck it. But if they want to add more elements to the actual community event, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's talk. And then, yes, I'm aiming for end of the summer. So probably like late August. Yes. Okay. So those are the 3 things on the bucket list. Now I want to talk about the future of bakery, because I'm not gonna lie, for a moment there wasn't a future of bakery, if that makes sense. So as I said, I'm really trying to make this shit more fun for me and make it less serious, while also making sure that it's sustainable, because you do got to be serious to make something sustainable. So trying to find a balancing ground for that, if that makes sense. First things first, I think I already said this, but days before Pablo, my personal Instagram page has been public, but now is archived. I still use the name Days Before Pablo for music, so if you're interested in that, let me know. I dropped a project last year called Still Healing, self-promo. You know, I've been busy. I'm also performing under Days Before Pablo, June 26th, pop out, shout out bandstands. Now, speaking on the topic of archive, the bakery's SoundCloud and YouTube has now been converted into archive pages. Or what do I mean by that? Most of the projects, there we go. Most of the projects that I have made from bakery, if it's not on YouTube already on other pages, I re-uploaded it to my own page. So BKRY archives on YouTube. I have also turned the SoundCloud. I have also turned the SoundCloud into an archive page as well. I'm gonna just be dropping a lot of what BKRY has worked on, or even like some old ass songs that I am not proud of or like. Probably gonna drop like a mini EP of those songs called Training Wheels, and then never gonna talk about them again, you know what I mean? But yes. Now, I mentioned earlier BKRY social media. So the way that BKRY social media is going is we have an archive. We have a social media page on pretty much every platform. We just don't use them. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Threads. We have a LinkedIn. We don't use it, and that's something that I would like to change in the future, but probably not anytime soon. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the only two pages that really most people, if you fuck with us, should look through look at or stay on the watch is Instagram, YouTube, which might be switched. You might be watching this on YouTube. You are watching this on YouTube because I'm not posting this for things. The second thing is, with the bucket list being over soon, it made me reframe what I wanted BKRY to look like, because originally it was just something I used to accomplish what little me wanted. So now I had to look at, what do I now want for myself? So, I look forward to making BKRY an actual business, LLC it, all that. And then after that, it's really just going forward and making sure that, one of the things I want to do with BKRY is a lot of collabs in the community, which I'm going to start doing the other two projects are kind of that. So the soccer event and the cookout. But I also want to just start collaborating more with communities, with artists, with creatives in general, because that's shit, you know what I mean? But the only thing is, I'm really picky about who I work with, so making sure that I find good people to work with and stuff like that, because I'm not gonna lie, the creative scene sometimes be having ill intent, you know what I mean? Like, I think most creatives relate to that sentiment, you know what I mean? The last thing I'll say on that is, with bakery, I want to start gathering like a team of more, I guess, just creatives in general. I was gonna say like newer creatives, but even if old creatives want to like, or more experienced creatives, even if more experienced creatives want to like join on and do some work, let's do it. Like, I'm down. So I really want to curate a bakery team for events, for media, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have my days where I'm not trying to do nothing. And, I'm gonna have my days where I'm trying to do everything. So on both types of days, I would like to have people to, rely on and stuff like that. So I think that's everything. I'm gonna edit this, put it up. But yes, if I find any more videos in my vault that I haven't uploaded yet, you'll expect some more uploads to the bakery channel. I've been spamming it for the last week. It is what it is. I'm just excited to be doing it. So I look forward to doing more videos like this, because this shit fun. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys like this type of content, and I'll do more. I'll end it off with a room tour, because back when I did the last ones, I didn't really have my own room. I was sharing a room with my brother. So let me do this room tour real quick. Ooh, shit. So got the bed, we got the TV. It is in a weird spot, I'm not gonna lie. This is my Temu fan. I got this on Temu, and it's an invisible fan, so if I turn it off, and I can change the middle light to like warm, cool. I gotta show the Temu fan. It also has a speaker. I got, old bakery, some art. Got my vinyls. Hold on. Maybe I'll do like a vinyl type of showcase. Little bakery vinyl on the front type. I'll probably cut this out, but I got all the magazines we've worked on or been in, featured, lowercase, days before, Lil Me type. Got the games, for those that don't know. Oops, sneak peek, don't look at that. For those that don't know, I'm a big Minecraft person. I think that's kind of evident, you know what I mean? But other than that, this video is over with. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, I fuck with you. Hey, let me tell you, if you made it to the end, I fuck with you. But yeah, y'all be safe, love, and we're just gonna keep going.